Hi, my name is Bobby. I'm from Hollyfield School and I've got a couple of questions to ask you. What bit of advice would you give someone age 14 trying to get into an academy?
I'd just say stick at it. It might not come straight away. You might have to play at different levels to get there. But I feel like just keep going. You can get in at any age, so just back yourself and don't give up.
Yeah, mine would probably be just like similar to Robbo. Just keep your foot on the pedal constantly, because you never know who's watching. Like any game, in any moment, someone could be watching, which could change it. So yeah, just constantly and consistently playing at your best.
What do you think is the most important thing academies look for?
I feel like it depends where you go, but I'd say the main one is just hard work. It sounds quite like classic, but it is a big one. Especially if you apply yourself every day and show that you want to be there, I feel like it'll give you a good chance.
Yeah, I think the one that Robert said is like the biggest one. But if you're trying to get noticed by a scout, I think it would just be trying to just maximising on your strengths. So whatever your strengths are, just making them super strengths. So when you have a scout or a coach from a club watching you, they see your strengths and they're like, wow, this kid's got a talent. And just to thrive at one or two things, and it will really just make you stand out.
Hi, my name's James. I'm from Hollyfield. I've got a few questions to ask you. What is the biggest challenge you faced and how did you overcome it?
That's a good question, James. That is a good question. I'd say sometimes you put pressure on yourself quite a lot, especially as you feel like, especially with players and coaches, they put pressure on you as well. So I feel like just dealing with that on a regular basis is quite a tough one. And I feel like I say me and Murph are both dealing with that quite well. You just got to put things into perspective and keep level-headed.
For me, it's probably not playing like as much or getting dropped from a team or like a game. And I think when you face that challenge, a bit like what Robert said just then, you got to see it from a different perspective and just understand that coaches pick out a certain team for a specific reason, like depending on who you're playing against. So yeah, just to put it in perspective, understand why the decision's made, maybe talk to people so that you know why you're in that position, and yeah, so more understanding on it, and it'll be alright.
Who is your role model?
Well, yeah, for me, growing up, I always looked up to Luka Modric, because I always used to watch him play when he was at Tottenham, and like he's just a magician on the ball. So it's just, yeah, when I used to watch him play, I was mesmerised. So it would probably be him.
For me, it's a bit different, not as outstanding player, but I'd say John Stones. I feel like he's similar to the way I like to play, and I feel like he suits Man City really well. And he's a really good passer of the ball, so I'd say, yeah, John Stones.
You're better than Stones.
Cheers.
Hi, I'm Chris from Hollyfield School and I've got two questions for you. Who's the hardest opponent you faced?
Oh, hardest opponent, it'd probably be, for me, it'd probably be Kate Gordon when he was 2 years ago, when he was at Derby. We played against him, and yeah, he was a top player.
I think I'd say Harvey Elliott. When he was here, used to train with him after school, and he used to just run rings around everyone, just literally just run through everyone and just score every time. Yeah, he was unbelievable. Yeah.
If you could play alongside one player, who would it be and why?
For me, it would be Lionel Messi, purely for the reason that he's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. So yeah, just to play alongside him, I'd literally just pass him the ball and let him do whatever. So yeah, it'd be Lionel Messi.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's got to be him or Ronaldo. Just playing for like the best teams in the world, in the biggest games in the world, it'd be the best thing.
Hello, my name is Curtis. I'm from Hollyfield School and I've got a few questions to ask you. What helps you to relax?
I'd say just separating yourself from football where you can. I feel like you're so involved in it, especially when you play it, you watch it, you play FIFA as well. But I feel like it's quite good if you can find other things that are just completely separate, help take your mind off things and help you kind of just switch off every now and then. I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
Mine would be sleeping. I nap a lot in the day, and like a bit similar to Robbo. It kind of just takes your mind off things. Like obviously when you're sleeping, you're not thinking about football 24/7. So yeah, I think sleeping for me is the best way of relaxing.
How do you deal with pressure?
Oh, for me, well, like most of the time when I feel like the most amount of pressure is like before games. So what I do is I just stick to a routine always. So it'd be like things like what's one of mine? I always go right sock on first, then left sock, and then right boot, left boot. And it's just like little things like that that just make you comfortable, so that you kind of, you're used to these moments and you can thrive on them. So yeah, it would probably be that, routines, so that you're comfortable.
Mine's not as superstitious. I'd just say, especially before a big game, just kind of giving myself confidence. So maybe watching old clips of me having good games and kind of reminding myself that I'm a good player, just to fuel me with confidence before a big game.
Hi, my name's Arthur, I'm from Hollyfield School and I have a few questions for you. My first question is, what's your favourite skill move?
Arthur.
Not really a skillful man.
He's asked the two worst people.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. You're worse than me. I'd say I like every now and then the old Thierry Henry one where he fakes it and kicks with his other foot. I did that back in a game in like under 12s, but never again. But yeah, that's probably it for me.
Mine would probably be. I would probably go with a flip flap for me. Just standard flip flap. I feel like it's more effective than the Thierry Henry. So.
What would you do as a career if you wasn't a footballer?
I'd probably go into something. Well, like at the moment I'm doing some like biology stuff, so it'd probably be something along them lines of like physio, doctor, something like that. Yeah, because I've got interest in that. So yeah.
I'd probably end up doing something in football still, like punditry or journalism or something like that. But if I had to separate myself completely away from football, one of my hobbies is snooker. I quite like playing snooker these days. But I don't know if I'd want that to be my profession, because you spend a lot of time just in like a dark room. But it's still quite a good thing to do in my spare time. So yeah, I don't know.